Vreau să mă conectez cu contul direct, știi?
Da.
Ok, deci asta nu pot. Gata. Ok, ia să vedem acum. Vreau să mă conectez cu contul direct, știi? Bun, perfect.
When I'm ready and not before.
Poate trebui alt ăsta separat. Hmm?
How's it going?
To speak to you because you have one of the most unique foods I've ever seen in my life. There's this white, bubbly outer layer. She peels the cap off and then she reaches inside. Oh my God! This is very dangerous food.
Da, văd că tot pe ăsta trimite ce pula mea. Ah, ok. Pleacă fac și asta imediat. Gata, ia. Lol. Ce prostie îmi pun aia. Jesus, că 5.000 de ăștia. Doamne. Ce prostie îmi pun aia. Cool.
When I'm ready and not before.
Mergem, mă, da, uite că merge.
Ia. Da, merge. Merge.
Așa, hai să vedem de ce nu merge ăsta. Păi nu mă, nu, că tu mergi, la tine mergea, la mine nu mergea ăsta.
Nu merge nici la mine, mă. Vezi că făceai pe canalul vechi data trecută.
Păi știu. Dar aia, asta făceam acum. Îl fac să
Da,
nu
la
mai
mine
fie.
merge chat-ul, la tine nu merge, tu nu-l vedeai.
Mergea, man, și la mine, numai că nu mergea de pe OBS. Mergea doar din
Ah.
ăsta, din web browser. Hai să încercăm să fac așa. Inghinos Old Man. Căutăm aici, nu să năcin. Bă, de ce nu merge subtitrări? Dani? Nu știu care e faza. Ce să mănânc, mă, și eu?
Habar n-am.
Chiar KFC, frate. Nu mănânc KFC. Spartan. O să mănânc ceva chinezesc.
Da, un câine la grătar, o pisicuță, ceva.
O, deci merge bine gaming-ul, nu?
Hmm?
Merge bine ăsta, da?
Da, merge bine.
I need
Ce
more
bine
mana.
făcut.
When I'm ready and not
Dar
before.
vezi că văd și eu chestia aia cu memory, cu GPU, cu frames, cu latency, cu bla.
Nu știu, asta de aici.
Mm. Te bași pe poi, nu? Puternică.
What? Îmi pică. Nani?
Ce, au hartă specială sau ce?
Nu, e o hartă, dar pula mea. Nu le crești, nu vezi. GG, mamă, cum îmi face, dă-te-mă. Poate mi-a trebuit vreun update ceva?
Off you go, little beast! Away!
Nu pot să văd.
Poate e prea haos cu aia ce am pula mea pe ăștia.
La ce trebuie cu pauză?
Păi-s mulți mobi.
A, pe poie?
Toate cu murini. Într-adevăr e mișto, ia, ce pula mea pe aceea?
Băi, mișto și poie, dar mie mi se pare foarte aglomerat poie, nu știu cum. Adică gen Diablo e pentru începător, poie e pentru avansat și ceva de genul, știi?
Sunt diferite tot, diferite.
Păi, personal mie, uite, eu de-aia nici m-am apucat de el, că mi se pare mult prea complicat și mi se pare mult prea... Adică, știi, trebuie să stai mult timp să înțelegi multe rahaturi, multe chestii
Ah,
și de-aia...
Breaking 1200 chaos damage, hai sitir. Nu pula mea. Ce ți se pare, scuze, stai că muri.
Mi se pare, ziceam că mi se pare mult prea... multă informație, mult prea multe chestii de citit, de învățat, de alea, tot felul de chestii. Adică nu e atât de friendly cum e Diablo la 4.
Da. Ce?
Adică trebuie să citești tot felul de chestii, tot felul de dungeon-urile care sunt, care nu sunt, ce trebuie făcute.
Da, cam așa e.
Eu de-aia nici m-am apucat de el, că am tot uitat la clipuri pe nici și mi s-a părut foarte aglomerat așa, foarte multe lucruri, multe chestii și am zis, bă, mi-e lene să-mi bag capul cu toate.
One of my captors refused redemption. He did not see that.
Uite, știu cum face la CPU în pula mea, crește morții lui tot.
When I'm ready and not before.
Uite cum face tot în pula mea, futu-ți morții, morții.
Dar ai dat update la driver, ai dat-o?
Pula mea, cred că da. Uite cum face CPU în pula mea, futu-ți morții tăi. Bă, nu e așa de complicat nici poie, adică depinde de build ce vrei să-ți faci.
Păi nici nu am zis că e atât de complicat, dar am zis că trebuie să-ți bați capul mult mai mult. La Diablo e mult mai friendly și adică cum l-au făcut acum.
Păi e, da, da, pula mea, asta e mult mai endgame decât ăla, are mult mai multe chestii.
Bine că, sincer, și ăla cred că va fi tot la fel când o să bage content mai
No,
Uh,
la fel ca asta nu.
Nu zic la fel ca asta, dacă nu o să fie câteva sezoane trecute, o să fie și ăla destul de greu așa de... te mai apuci de el.
Trebuie să iau unul dintre cele mai ieftine build-uri pe care îl joc. Poate pun ăștia și explodează, vezi?
Mm.
E totemul ăsta. Fel de totem. Și arcaș.
Deci e tot cu clase sau cum e la voi?
Da, da. Fiecare clasă are încă 3 subclase. Uite, văd cum face, uite, CPU în pula mea. Ce pula mea este?
When I'm ready and not before. I need more mana.
În principiu nu e mare diferență la toate ăștia, știi? Sunt foarte asemănătoare jocurile, dar în același timp diferite foarte mult. Dar da, Diablo e mult mai user-friendly și e mai casual așa și o să-l joc.
E mult usual. Adică uite, față de poi mi se pare destul de complicat așa de înțeles.
Păi ar trebui să-l înveți să joci. Pentru că după aia o să apară pe 2. Care să fie după Diablo făcut. O să fie asemănător cu Diablo.
Am văzut și eu că o să facă ceva, dar și că o să fie update în alt joc sau ceva de genul.
Da.
Ce am înțeles.
Too much clutter.
Merge foarte nașpa asta, nu știu de ce.
Oricum Poi are un mare avantaj că nu costă nimic, știe Moca și pula mea atrage multă lume, adică aia de la Blizzard o să ceară 70 de euro pe joc, după să mai ceară, din ce am înțeles, în 3 luni e un Battle Pass care trebuie să-l cumperi și ăla e vreo 20 de euro sau ceva de genul.
Da, probabil că o să treacă și pe la fel. Tot pe subscription, nu știu, sau pe pula mea. Mă rog, ăștia de la Poi fac bani din zi.
Customizabile din cosmetice.
Da, cosmetice, da. Au pachete, dar și ele destul de scumpe. Pula mea. Am băgat destul bani în ăsta. În taburi și în căcaturi, știi?
Da, da.
Ăsta e pentru loot, mai mult îl joci. Pentru senzația când îți pică ceva foarte rar sau... Îți dă foarte mult boost la build. Pentru asta se joacă. Uite, ăștia sunt unicele aici în joc, vezi? Sunt la fel în pula mea. Ia uite, și de la ce morți te-ai murit, mă? Iară de la Chaos Damage Overtime. Și am 11 mod cu liga ta.
When I'm ready and not before.
Acum mă duc să bă bossul și spune că o să-l bat repede. Pentru că eu nu trebuie să stau să mă bat cu el.
De ce muriși?
Cred că de la Chaos Damage Overtime iară, da, bineînțeles, uite. Sunt niște moduri nașpa. Și nu mai stai să te uiți în pula mea, dacă când ești în ăsta nu stai să te uiți. Dar o mizerie, las mizerie în pula mea. Să iei 1200 Chaos Damage pe secundă e... Uite, eu o să mor acum, pula mea. O prostie de joc în pula mea. O prostie de mod, aia. Aia e. Căcat de joc. Căcat de mod, iar, deci ni se de $2 la același mod pe ăștia. Doamne. Asta explodează, pun pare că mai are și ăsta ceva, ia. Așa e când joci content, dar o să apară liga asta nouă. Eu zic să joci dacă n-ai ce face. Uite, de exemplu, build-ul ăsta e foarte ușor de jucat. O grămadă de builderi. Ia caută și uite-te. De fapt, stai că o să caut eu imediat. Stai să mor aici. Stai să caut să mor aici, așa. Ăla mea de moduri nașpa, futu-ți morții mătii de joc. Hai că mori. Ce am aici pe morții tăi. E mișto jocul, e foarte mișto. Asta.
I need
Numai
more
că na, dacă e nou.
when I'm ready and not before.
O întrebi dacă ai ceva nelămurit, îmi spui și te explic.
Te întreb.
Ia să caut
Doar că în ultima perioadă nu am chip să mă mai joc nimic, frate, și de asta așa...
Asta, uite, ai văzut? De fapt, dacă n-ai chef, nu-ți spun. Nu mă fac să-ți explic. Dacă n-ai chef.
A?
Deci dacă
Ce
n-ai chef,
zice,
nu mă
ce
pun să-ți
chef?
explic. M-am apucat să vreau
ce
să-ți
vrei
explic
să-mi
una alta,
explici?
pe aceea, de asta.
A,
după
păi
aia.
explică-mă.
Bă, și eu, dar trebuie să te uiți ca să-ți explic.
Bă, mă uit,
gândesc că
mă
poate
uit
n-ai
la tine
chef.
acum. Nu mă uit.
De exemplu, la... Ai văzut că la alea sunt statusuri pe armă, așa sunt și la ăștia, știi,
Aha.
pe armă, pe toate. Numai că aici ai rezistențe Și ai și pe armă, aici poate să se pice și pe armă rezistențe, știi? Adică nu e specific. Poate să se pice și pe una și pe alta, numai că pe armă nu poate să se pice damage. Dar poate să se pice... poți să le faci enchant, știi? Poți să le adaugi chestii cu attack speed. Uite, vezi de exemplu cum e ăsta, attack speed. Chance to suppress spell damage e un fel de dodge. E dodge-ul, știi?
Mhm.
Ba nu, nu e dodge, e dodge la spell dacă dă cu spell, știi? Și sunt mecanici multe, nu știu cu care să încep. Ăsta, de exemplu, e Atlasul, știi?
Ai chistelă...
Hai că încep cu
La
Atlasul.
la ce te referi cu Atlasul? Că eu văd, cred că am delay la video.
Hai că ai puțin. Da, da, de ce ai? Nu știu de ce ai delay. Stai așa. Hai să văd dacă îți dau pe Discord. Trapul ăsta. 720, a, de-aia, ok. Era 60 FPS, de-aia. Era asta. Ia să-mi zici acum. Dacă vrei să-ți zic pe Discord. Deci, ăsta, de exemplu, e Atlasul, știi? Și aici sunt toate mapele făcute. Sunt 115 mape în total, știi? Numai că trebuie, e de pe diferit nivel, știi? Stai așa. Parcă control le dădeai. Și ăștia de la început, de exemplu, să ai level 1, asta e level 4, asta e level 10 și tot așa, vezi? Mapele.
Da, da, da. Și tu practic le faci...
Și tu după aia le
trebuie
faci
să
pe, trebuie să le faci pe rând. Prima dată începi cu 1, 2, 3, 4. Știi? Și o să farmezi în continuare, o să farmezi până o să spici o piatră de asta, nu mai știu la ce tier îți pică o piatră de asta, știi? Și după ce o iei, după ce îți pică piatra, ți-o pune și îți mărește la toate mapele câte tierul, știi? Ți-l face cu, de la 1 se face 4, știi? Adică cu încă 3 în plus.
Am înțeles, am înțeles, am înțeles.
Și tu așa poți să ajungi până la 16. 16 au toate. Dacă le pun pe toate 4, dacă pun toate 4 pietrele, să toate mapele o să aibă T16. O să fie, ba nu, nu o să fie toate, cred. Nu o să fie. Ba da, uite, toate sunt T16, vezi?
Da,
Deci
da.
T16 e cel mai mare level la o mapă. Și așa sunt chestii de basic. Și mapele o să încep să faci de la level 68-70, undeva pe acolo, 60-70, știi?
A, la final încep să faci cum ar veni mapa.
Asta e endgame-ul, da, da. Asta e practic endgame-ul și, mă rog, aici începe endgame-ul, că mapele sunt la început de endgame. Ăsta, ăștia mapele, e Atlasul de mape, da? Și aici sunt niște boși care, mă rog, a fost o asta, stai așa, că venim mâncarea asta. Așa, mă, pe unde era? O să mă pun să mănânc, da, hai. Stai așa.
Pune-te mă și mănâncă, că mi-ai spus după că nu-i problemă. Vrei tu să vorbești dacă vrei. Hai că mă duc și eu puțin să duc la baie.
Da, nu știu, să mai las stream-ul
Auziți?
pornit. Da, mă, da, du-te. Nu știu dacă să las
Bă,
ăsta
și cum,
pornit.
cum consideri tu, frate?
Oricum o să mă pun să mănânc. De fapt, hai că mă pun pe bârbâi și gata. Mă durează până se schimbă scena.
Lore video, but sadly, this is a video about Druid. So, like I said, we are gonna make a video about Druid. It is definitely one of the Diablo classes of all time. Yeah, I didn't love it. I didn't love it. It has a lot of issues. It drives home a lot of the issues in the game, actually, where Druid is sort of very rough without legendaries. And you gotta remember, it was confirmed by Rod on Twitter that legendary rates are boosted for the beta. So with that in mind, you're very unlikely to get a specific legendary, especially like the ones that aren't from aspect dungeons. But yeah, gonna be very rough without legendaries. So I've tried a lot of different builds. I had a few that worked really well with legendaries, and I wanted to make a joke video where I farmed that like level 35 mace. So I do actually have like a crazy 440 item power staff with 600 damage, which is, you know, double the amount of like normal weapons that you find that are high. I did think about just making a video, making fun of everybody for failing to make Druid work and be like, dude, it's so easy. Look at me, I'm one-shotting everything. But instead I decided, because I mean, you can see the attack damage literally doubles. Instead I decided to make an actual serious video and talk about the problems it has. Now, do keep in mind, this is level 25 and it's a beta and there's 2 months to release. So the majority and most of the problems that Druid have are incredibly fixable, Copium. They're incredibly fixable, or they might be already fixed in, it's also being confirmed by another dev that it's an older version of the game that we're playing. It's not the newest release. So with that in mind, they could be fixed, right? Surely. Surely. Druid felt very rough, not necessarily in comparison to the game, but in comparison to other classes. Druid feels extremely rough to play without legendaries. With Necro and Sork, both of these builds felt really good and I enjoyed playing them with no legendaries. Didn't need any whatsoever, just very strong. Loads of different abilities you can use. Obviously, some were a lot stronger than others, but you have a lot of choice there. With Druid, that is not really the case. They're more like, okay, this ability doesn't feel like complete horseshit. And it relies so much where some abilities is basically things like Landslide, where, you know, you really want to make sure that you can immobilize or stun the enemy. And that doesn't work on a lot of bosses. They're immune to that. So it doesn't always work on everything. I'll show you basically what I ended up doing. And this is around a unique as well. And that is that like bear slam every 10 seconds. And then I'm just trying to regenerate mana. And the mana regen stuff is completely awful on this build. It feels very, very awful. That is the big problem of Druid and Barbarian, is the resource generation. And not everybody wants to go around hitting like random boxes and debris or trash monsters to actually get resource generation back, which is kind of weird that it can to begin with. So that's basically it. That's kind of my build. I do have Vine Creeper. And I also have Wolves. They missed very, like that one missed. So that's great. And then we have like the Petrification ultimate skill, which is a lot more just a utility. Honestly, I don't feel like any of the Druid ultis are good or empower the word ultimate at all. They are, I think the only class that even had an ultimate that feels like an ultimate is Sork, with like the big turn yourself into a frozen block and freeze everything around it and kill the world. Like, at least that feels like an ultimate. And then I have Earth Barrier. And I saw a few other people manage to make Druid work, but they were all around legendaries. I didn't see a build that compares to Sork or Necro without a legendary on Druid. And that's kind of sad. So hopefully that's something that fixed. I just want to be vocal about it because that's something I really hope is either completely not the case endgame, where they've already thought of it and like, yeah, it's a little rough while leveling, but endgame Druid is the strongest class in the game and it's awesome. Or that there's balance issues that they've like addressed or will address. So that's why I want to talk about it. Didn't really feel like a lot of the skills were cool. Druid is definitely my least favorite class by far. So as you can see in the background, now I'm playing fully spec'd into Druid. And first I tried playing Summoner with just no legendaries because that worked really good on Necromancer. My summons, especially while speccing into it, actually, even without taking a single thing related to summon, my summons were making a big difference in my build. I could stand around and they would actually kill things. even while fully invested into summons on Druid, they did nothing, pretty much. The Wolf Leap did some damage, but other than that, they did pretty much nothing. And that misses a lot of the time and has long cooldowns. Then I found a legendary item that is gain 1 additional companion and they deal 240% more damage. I was thinking, okay, well now it'll at least be playable. Well, that's what I'm using right now in the background. And this is fully spec'd into every minion node with your minions deal more damage, etc. And I'm just despairing. Like, how is this what it looks like with a legendary item and every node? And there is apparently a legendary item that I haven't found yet. I have been farming for things a lot, but I think I didn't spend too long. It was like 4 or 5 hours farming to try to get it, as well as buying legendaries. There is one that turns your wolves into werewolves. That's supposed to be pretty cool and combine it with rabies, and that sounds fun. But now you're starting to see the problem, right? It's very specific. You need this legendary or you need this power or it doesn't work. Depending on if aspects are even available early or not, it's going to be a little rough. You definitely don't want to be like that reliant on legendary powers. You want every skill with no legendary to feel similar to other classes, right? You would like Necro without legendaries to feel similar to Druid without legendaries. So that is some numbers I would like adjusting. I did try a lot of different skills. I did try like lightning skills. I tried tornado. I tried rabies. Especially early, the melee ones felt really bad. It's because you're in melee and early on you have no form of escaping the auto attacks. I did say in another video that the auto attacks are overwhelmingly punishing. And then one of the replies from a viewer, it's intended, it's a gear check. That's why auto attacks are so unavoidable. I'm specifically talking about the levels 1 to 10. You are not supposed to have an intended gear check at the levels 1 through 10 because you have no choice in gear at those levels. So auto attacks early feel incredibly punishing. And it's not something you can just like walk around or even use your dodge ability for. I'm assuming that all of these things are fixed or will be fixed, and I'm hoping to have a good experience with Druid at launch. This is a lot of people's first impressions, and they're really put off by this. I've been talking to people in my chat all day, and a lot of people are like, fuck Druid at launch. It feels really bad. So regardless if that is true or not, that is the feeling that a lot of people will end up sitting with, and that is very bad. Because you probably shouldn't have to go, oh man, well, it's probably different, right? It should just feel good. It should just give you a good experience. Rogue, Necro, and Sorc does that. Even Barb to some degree once it's high level. And you can start seeing the potential. Honestly, the worst thing about both Barb and Druid is the resource generation. It is crazy to me that a game puts so heavy focus on resource generation and cooldowns at the same time. It feels very bad to have both in such a way. At least Druid doesn't like degenerate spirit out of combat, and you can increase it by hitting boxes. That's still really weird to me, but it feels incredibly bad. This is definitely my most ranty video on Diablo 4. I forced myself to play it to 25 to try it out at the highest level. I gotta say, I really disliked it. I'm still very excited for Diablo 4 at launch, but the Druid definitely did a lot of damage. Another thing that I think was a little bit crazy was just the numbers on the Druid legendaries. For example, the one I have is Pulverize creates a shockwave that travels forward, dealing 252 of its damage to targets in its path. So it gets a 250% multiplier in addition to changing the way the skill works. I don't think skills should need that to be functional. Like, they should feel really good on their own. And then legendaries can either do a lot of damage or change its functionality. But I don't know if it should do both. Not in that way. I don't think that's good, personally. But let me know how you feel. Were you able to make any Druid builds, especially without any legendary? Or do you feel like it does not compare to the other classes without legendaries? I definitely do feel like that's a problem. And feel free to even talk about in the comments legendaries you found that was made you able to make some good builds. Because I've seen several good Druid builds with legendaries, like a Rabies build, the Wolf Rabies, Pulverize, etc. And a few other ones. So talk about that in the comments too. Either way, sorry for the negative video. I just think it's important to talk about, and I hope that it does get fixed rather than not. Either way, I hope you guys have been enjoying Diablo 4. Thanks for watching, and try to die less than Druid does. Do you know what? I would really like. Do you know the way Last Epoch has that if you hold down A, your minions will move towards them? Oh. Having that would be really nice here. Right, I'm gonna go to the toilet. I got a little too excited there.
We demand blood.
Alright, watch this, Kreia. Ready? Notice how he's already off cooldown. That also makes me immune. That one. Blood Mist triggers Corpse Explosion. That's some nice cooldown reduction. And the best thing is, I don't even have all the cooldown reduction for you. It gets 1 second less per level. And the stack goes up to 3 seconds reduced per corpse exploded. It can be even better. And eventually you can get a lower and you can get a better version. Is nice. What's this? Here's the boss. See ya! And I'm immune while doing it. Like literally immortal while doing it. As long as I am that red. Ooh, nice. I am literally immortal. I already have that. Plus 1 rank of corpse tendrils. But that's the skill I wanted for free, so that's nice. DDOP in every game? True! Butcher time? I would fucking love to find a butcher.
No survivors. This place is overrun.
It will be.
The smaller growths are protecting the larger ones.
Ah! Best leveling build for the Necro? This one. We'll have a build guide up. Hello? On the last run, I just did one more. I literally just did one more because I asked Pride to do the thing and I actually get him. Wait, although there's an issue. I don't have summons left. Oh, that's amazing. Wait, he won't despawn if I run and get some corpses, right? Sir, come here. Yeah. Come here. Come here, buddy. I don't know if there's more corpses over there. If you die, he disappears? I mean, I'm not gonna die to the butcher. It's immortal. Oh, I really should have had my... I wasn't expecting him, so I have like no, I didn't have all my things up. Oh, I didn't get the unique. Okay, but I did it. I killed him. That was easy. I didn't even have my summons up. You heal... I don't need healing. I can't believe I got him! Oh, that's so nice. Didn't even need all my summons, bro. Yeah, I get why people farm these Animus carriers. They're like really good loot. They're like a unique everyone. Oh my god! Somebody else said that they got Butcher and a Treasure Goblin in the same run too. I guess maybe it's just a higher chance to get him at the same time. There's a full build guide now already for this build. We work fast here. Full build guide already. They missed? Are you serious? How do they do so little damage with that multiplier? That does a lot of damage at least. If it hits. This is depressing. Honestly, like the Druid early access is self-sabotage. It actually is the equivalent. Do you guys remember that like early console play look they did? This is like just as much self-sabotage as that. It is actually self-sabotage. But like look at the difference between what I was playing and this. You know what I mean? Like, and they both just had one legendary. And even make the Druid pets not complete carbo. Yeah, it was such a like crazy comparison with the Druid pets and Necro pets. Cataclysm. A massive storm follows you for 8 seconds. It's also crazy how their ultimate abilities with 1 minute cooldown and they do less damage than any of my other abilities. Alright, Cataclysm, that sounds amazing. Like without having tried the skill, what I would want Cataclysm to do, Massive Storm, I would want just like everything within me is eradicated. Destroy everything. That or like just my entire screen. Alright, here we go. It's gonna get eradicated. Oh, is knockback as well? I hate Druid. I really do. They really need to fix it. I don't know if it like magically gets better at endgame, but like, how is that at 80-second cooldown? That is some KEKW shit. This game was made by role players, dude. Like, it's fixable by like literal just number adjustments, but like, how many people have had their like initial hype for Druid just slaughtered by this? This is literally anti-hype. This is literally anti-hype. Alright, let's kill some deer to raise my spirit. Most people wouldn't. Hey, finally! Most people wouldn't consider that, but I would rather be a lot more extreme personally.
I need more time.
I want to get more melee skeletons up. I should be fine without it though. As long as I curse him. Yeah, I'm fine. I do have to curse him though. Because I don't have high level blood mist yet. Damn, I didn't get it. Hi, Scissorin here with another video, and this is a video about Wolcen. So, after the Diablo 4 weekend, I said I was going to do half a day of Wolcen, and honestly, I was going into this expecting to just...
But options the gameplay death because of combinautics. What the fuck? Okay, this time I will be going for the damage against far away enemies build. After that, I'll go for the damage against nearby enemies build. Then we'll spice it up and try the damage against unstoppable enemies build. What it sucks is I can see, like, they have this insanely good fucking engine. The gameplay is insanely clean. Make the replayability of the game go from like, oh, I can pick between 5 builds, or I could pick between 5,000 builds. Reddit is rising up. Let's have a look here, boys. I don't really want to spend an inordinate amount of time expanding on this, so I'll try and make it quick. There's a reason why Diablo 3 Souls had to create legendaries the way it did, because the devs had almost nothing to work with for Vanilla D3. This in terms of interesting character development. No skill trees existed. No, I'm just sick. I'm just trying not to vomit right now. No skill trees existed. No satisfying gameplay loop. I mean, that's the thing, right? 100%. It's like they don't realize they have a skill tree, because there's so many of these things that I can see what they're going for, that are on items that should just be on the skill tree. Like, it's literally Control C, Control V, and then obviously balance, massively balance it, like rebalance. But yeah, it's literally Control C, Control V, right? No satisfying gameplay loop was presented to character progression. The players never made meaningful choices while leveling, since skills were all unlocked and respecs were free at any time. What's left? Items drops, unfortunately, were bland and uninspiring. There were no breakpoints or trade-offs to juggle. Okay, well, that's wrong. There literally are breakpoints, like many breakpoints for like a million skills. I mean, I don't know what to tell you about that. That literally, yeah. I don't know. I think that's retarded or something. There's like several attack speed breakpoints that you care about. But okay, let's continue. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Everything revolved around universal defensive stats and trifecta IS crit damage. Not necessarily always, but we'll continue. He's being hyperbolic to try and create an example here. Okay. All right. He's being hyperbolic. Here. Okay. With occasional resource generation / cost reduction, let people cheat expensive abilities into long uptime. Yeah. Okay. On to everything. So Reaper Souls had to shift character development onto them. Devs that inherited D3 realized the core game was structured and such players had zero opportunity to make any choice beyond the pair of pants they were wearing. Legendary items replaced character builds, talents almost entirely, and achieved something decent. Comes right. Okay, I get what he's. I mean, he's really reaching here, but okay. I mean, you definitely still have talents, and you definitely still have builds, and they absolutely matter. But okay. And it worked for Diablo 3. The Division salvaged a hopelessly bad system. What I'm trying to wrap my head around now is, with all the possible systems to go with, Diablo 4 decided to borrow Diablo 3's non-existent character development with a core system of unfinished useless skills that only become powerful enough to once you assemble a set of legendary powers associated with them. Yeah, 100%. It's a pseudo set bonus. They design an item, they design a skill, right, fully, and then they remove components from that skill and they put it onto items, and then they require you to go out and collect these items to like complete the skill. Yeah, 100%. It's a set bonus. How the hell did that happen? I've come up with a dozen ways to make skills interesting without legendaries while leveraging other cool character development ideas. It doesn't take that much time to map out how to implement this either. 100%. 100%. For instance, here's a simple 10-minute concept visual from a while ago. Okay, so this is like giving you different versions of Whirlwind based on what stat you're trying to aim for. So they're like different. So if you like the int Whirlwind build, you get crazy int.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Așa. O să-l ținem cu noi de pe mod. De frică. Așa.